Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Grab a pen and paper because today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to come up with firm boundaries, how to stick to your high standards, how to properly vet people, and what I consider to be the top rules of life. This will all help you not have to deal with BS, not have to go through low quality experiences, and have to deal with toxic, low quality people. Just yesterday, I received a comment from this individual stating how I should not be talking about toxic, low quality people because I'm full of plastic surgery. Mind you, I have never had plastic surgery in my life, but that just goes to show you guys that I actually have toxic people watching me, because why would they even care so much about me talking about low quality toxic people? And when I say low quality, I'm not even talking about outer appearance wise. I'm talking about how a person carries themselves inner wise, their morals, their values, their intentions. So everything that I'm going to talk about today is going to help you live a beautiful, peaceful life where it feels like you actually want to live it and you don't feel like you're just surviving. To be able to get through life, you have to know game. You have to know street smarts. You have to know how humans behave, think, feel, and why they do the things that they do. This is what my whole Power Game series is for. The biggest question that you're going to have to ask yourself is, how do people respond to you? If there has been a pattern since you were a child where maybe people become easily obsessed with you, or people are easily triggered by your appearance, you receive a lot of hate, people are constantly looking for and pointing out your flaws, and they're constantly trying to isolate you, overpower you, or stop you from progressing in life, listen to me, okay? If that's the case for you, congratulations, because that means that you stand out. People see your potential. They want to stop you from doing it. Okay, they want to stop you from doing it. It's also an indicator that you are being successful and you're a very powerful individual. So you're going to need to have firm boundaries, high standards, and you're going to need to keep exclusivity in your rules of life. If you're someone that doesn't receive a lot of attention, and for the most part, nobody really ever bothers you, you still want to have firm boundaries and high standards to protect yourself. And you also want to learn how society lives and operates, how humans behave, why they do the things that they do, so that if you ever do become a target, you already know how to move. Let me clear out that not being a target does not mean that you're not valuable, okay? You're definitely valuable. With that being said, the first thing that we're going to talk about are boundaries and standards. So there's a lot to talk about when it comes to boundaries. There's a lot of videos out there that talk about how boundaries are so important to have. We need boundaries, this and that. But nobody really ever talks about what a boundary actually... My daughter stayed home today, so that's what you guys hear in the background. I'm trying to minimize the amount of noise that's in the background, so I apologize for that. Nobody really ever talks about what a boundary actually is and how to come up with boundaries that are actually going to help you in life. Setting firm boundaries requires self-awareness, okay? That's the first thing. You have to know what you want, what you need, what your triggers are, why you're triggered, and how to handle your triggers. This is why whenever I get these hate comments, it's almost always about my appearance. It's hardly ever about my message. I am certified in what I talk about. And aside from being certified, I study psychology. That's why nobody ever really talks about my message. I trigger people. It's either my appearance triggers them or my message triggers them. But they always attack my appearance. They attack me personally, but never my message. Most of the time I ignore, I don't give it my time, energy. I just block, and keep blocking. But there are times where I literally find it so comical, so funny, that I actually reply. And I'm not replying because it's triggering me. They think it's triggering me. I'm a very self-aware person. Trust me when I say I know what triggers me and how to handle my triggers. This is why I keep saying that self-awareness is crucial. Because without self-awareness, you don't know what your triggers are, and you're always going to be acting out of emotion because you won't know how to handle your triggers. As long as you are not aware of what triggers you and why it triggers you, you're always going to be acting out of emotion. People pleasers have a hard time setting boundaries because they're not being true to themselves and therefore lack self-awareness. They don't have their own identity because they're constantly adapting themselves to whoever they're required to be in order to fit in or feel accepted. However, it is important to note that people pleasers can overcome this personality by doing all that inner work. So now back to the whole boundaries thing. You have to start off by making a list of what you don't want from people. So for example, I do not want people to touch me without my consent. That's one of my boundaries. Now, what will I do if it happens? I will let them know that I'm not okay with what they did, and that if it happens again, I will have to stop talking to them or stop hanging out with them. And honestly, it's up to you if you want to directly stop talking to them after they do it just once, or if you want to give them a warning, and if it happens again, then stop talking to them. But honestly, people love testing your boundaries. It's really up to you what you choose to do. So another example of a boundary, one of the boundaries that I have for myself is I will not allow people in my life that don't have their own identity. Reason for this is because they almost always end up using you for character development and have a secret animosity towards you. So what I will do once I see that, once I start seeing those red flags, I will immediately cut them off. I will not give any chances when it comes to this. If you follow me on TikTok, you already know I always talk about what happens. It will use you for character development, and it can go as far as unaliving someone or even trying to destiny swap with them. These are some examples of healthy high standards. I'm going to be looking down because I did take some notes down. People in my life, which can be friends, family, romantic relationships, coworkers. So people in my life have to respect my time, communicate good with me, can't be controlling. They have to respect my boundaries. They have to not talk down to me. They have to not discourage me from my purpose. They have to have some of my interests, not all, some. They have to put in the same effort as I do. If you're someone that you know that you put in a lot of effort into the friendship, relationship, you want to make sure that you're getting the same back. And another thing that I will not allow is forced close proximity to me, because that usually means that they want something from you. They want to use you. So now, vetting people. How do you determine if somebody is adequate of being in your life, in your presence? You have to align yourself with people that align with your morals and values. You have to make sure that you're choosing the right people. People that shouldn't be in your life are people that don't have good intentions with you, people that want to use you, people that want to waste your time, energy, people that take advantage of your kindness, people that don't respect your boundaries and don't meet your standards. Now listen to me loud and clear. It is crucial that you only allow the right people in your life so that you can preserve your energy, essence, and peace. Smart people vet people. They take their time in vetting people. If somebody thinks that vetting people is toxic, you don't see yourself as valuable because you allow everybody to have access to you. By vetting people, you save yourself from getting hurt, from being in toxic relationships, from being used, taken advantage of. Because when you vet people, you are making sure that they are adequate of being in your life. You're making sure that they align with you. The moment you start seeing the red flags, you cut them off and move on. During the vetting process, you do not attach emotionally, because if you do, you're not able to see clearly. This is exactly why so many people, especially women, end up in bad relationships, because they emotionally attached instead of properly vetting them before they emotionally attached, and they ended up being manipulated and driven by emotion. Vetting them is going to ensure that you don't have a bad experience with them. You can't go into a friendship or relationship fully trusting them. A lot of you out there say, oh, trust them, until they show you that you can't trust them. That's how you end up hurt and disappointed. They should earn your trust. Every single time that they do something to prove to you that they are trustworthy, you let them in a little bit more. You don't just let them in all at once. You gather data over time. Are they consistent? Are they rushing things? That's another thing you have to pay attention to. How do they respond to your energy? So now moving on to what I consider to be the top rules of life that are really, really going to help you. And when I mean really, I mean really, if you just stick to these rules, okay? So the first rule is get out of your emotions. If you're someone that's driven by emotion, I want you to stop. I want you to start operating out of emotional intelligence. Do not allow your emotions to make decisions for you. Make logical decisions. Okay, that's number one. Number two, always aim to be respected and not likable. You don't need external validation. Chasing external validation is always going to cost you, because people will have the power to destroy you if you're still chasing external validation. Number three, know street smarts. This is going to help you pick up on manipulation tactics. Again, I have a whole power game series on this. Number four, remain exclusive. Not everybody should have access to you, okay? Remember that. Your time, your energy, access to you, that's a privilege. Number five, guard your success, guard your accomplishments, everything that you work so hard to accomplish. Move in silence and win in private, always. Number six is never allow anybody, I don't care who it is, never allow anybody to determine your worth for you. They have limiting beliefs on themselves and they want you to have them on yourself as well. Number seven is embrace change. Always be open to change, because this is going to keep you from getting stuck in unhealthy cycles that will keep you from progressing in life. Number eight, let go of the past and stay focused in the present. And number nine is never compare yourself to others. Okay, nobody is perfect. Nobody has a perfect life. No matter how perfect it may seem, it's not. I promise you, it's not. Nobody is perfect. Nobody has a perfect life. So always stay true to yourself. And well, that's all I have for you guys today. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts and share this video with somebody that you think needs to hear this message. Follow me on TikTok if you don't already. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, guys.